All right. Welcome. Great Wednesday. It's a Wednesday morning. Gosh, can you believe that? Wednesday morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Cesar Mascotto Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, in with our 15 minutes to mastery that we do each and every day to get your day started off on the right foot with some information, inspiration, motivation so that you could go out there and do some fantastic things. Man, we've got some great news. All right. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and a whole bunch of other great stuff that got passed yesterday in the House. And so, as we do, we want to make sure we're keeping you up to date on what's going on and how that's going to affect you. Welcome to episode 480 of our 15 Minutes to Mastery. We're live here at our San Antonio office. We're getting a whole bunch of stuff knocked out this week in preparation of a huge march, in preparation of doing great things all over the country. We got some great surprises in store for you guys as well. Listen, Peter Drucker. We start our day with a quote. Peter Drucker wrote, "The entrepreneur always searches for change, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity." And this right here, my friends, is a huge opportunity for those of you selling homes, for those of you selling manufactured homes. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime. What does that mean? That means more money available to your buyers in order to be able to qualify for a mortgage. So that's a great thing right now. It's going to help a lot of folks. So we want to make sure that we speak about that. Yes, it has not gotten to effect yet. Yes, it has. It's in the works, and it's something that looks like it's going to take effect here pretty quick. But we want to make sure that you guys have all the information that you need and can use that to your advantage. And just like Peter Drucker said, exploit the opportunity of this change. Okay, it's funny to me how both candidates were running saying that no tax on tips, that's what they were going to do. And then all of a sudden we got the vote and all the Democrats were against it. Look, I'm not going to go there. Okay. It still stands to reason that we've got it. It's in place. So here we go. Okay. What does that mean? Well, now when you're figuring budgets, when you're figuring DTIs for your service or servers, okay, you got extra money available to you because they're not going to be taxed on their tips. So now you definitely need to be set up with the right information that you need to be able to calculate DTI correctly. What does that mean you're going to have? Well, you're going to have to definitely have that W-2 on that server. You're going to want to be able to take that in consideration because that is going to show whatever tips came on a card that is getting reported to their W-2, and that's now additional income because it won't be taxed. So you'll show a higher gross income that you may even see on their tax returns. So you've got to be able to determine what's going to be in your customer's best benefit. Now, no tax on overtime. Obviously, that doesn't apply to servers, but that applies to everyone else, especially for those of you that have have buyers who are maybe oil field workers that are in some sort of industry where they work a lot of overtime. Okay. So not only now do you have time and a half that, well, their net income was X, right? But now they're not getting taxed on it. So you're going to have higher monies. They're going to have higher money available to them in their paycheck. You were already counting the gross as gross income. Okay. So it doesn't really matter that the overtime itself is not getting taxed. But what it matters to that buyer because now they're going to have more take-home pay. And now they need to start preparing themselves to be able to put some of that take-home pay away to be able to use that money towards their down payment, towards whatever they may need to get done on their property. So you, in turn, as a consultant now, have to use this as the opportunity that it is to educate your buyers. Let them know what's coming. Let them know what's happening so that they can start preparing themselves to be in a better position to buy. Look, in our training programs, we always get with the groups that are in front of us when we're training. And we start talking about the market. We start talking about, rate the market. What do you think the market's like? What do you think? How do you rate yourself? And then one of the things that we always talk about is, what do you think buyers could do to help themselves to be in a better position to buy? And one of the things that always is brought up by housing consultants, community managers, general managers, doesn't matter who it is in the audience, they all say that they need to educate themselves better on how the financing works. And I completely agree. They do need to educate themselves better on how it works. However, here's the thing with that. You are the housing consultant. You are the person that deals in this daily. You are the one who's getting this information. You're the one contacting them. Just like I tell you, look, a buyer should not be telling you how you're going to go about taking care of the business and getting things done for them, because you're the one who gets this done. Same thing with them, right? Now, they've got their jobs, they've got their lives, they've got the things they've got going on. So they're not going to take the full amount of time to be able to understand what this means to them and how they can better set themselves up. That now is your job to let them know, hey, here's what this means from here on out. Okay. So if you're making $20 an hour, now your overtime is $30 an hour. Okay. And you would have been taxed at probably 30% on that. So really you would have lost $10 about that. So now you got an extra $10 that you're taking home every single paycheck per hour of overtime. Take those $10 that you would not have seen in your paycheck before and put them in a different account. Put that in a separate account. Don't touch that money. Pretend it got taxed. Put it away. Now you'll have extra money, because I mean, we've seen it, right? We've seen those people that work 20, 40, 60 hours of overtime. That's an extra $600 just like that in their pocket. An extra 600. They get 2 or 3 of those pay stubs after they're not getting taxed. You've got an extra $1,800, $2,400 for the down payment, just like that, from the overtime that they are no longer going to be taxed on. So it takes you getting this information, just like we're coming to you right now in this 15 minutes of mastery and getting the information out to you. Now you need to take this and you need to get it out to the public. You need to start being that source of information that I tell you all the time, in going out and educating people and helping them understand what they can do to help themselves with this. Same thing with the servers. What can they do now in order to make sure that they've got themselves in a better situation to be able to afford? Because look, prices are still what they are. Interest rates are still where they're at. Now it's on you to figure out, what do you need to have available to you in order to be able to buy this size home, or that size home. You need to have this thing down to a science. You need to go and put yourself in a lab somewhere and start digging into your inventory, your pricing. If people don't have land, if you're having to find them pieces of land, what is the average cost of land? What are the average cost of improvements? You need to start putting these packages together in your mind and preparing yourself so that you can now then, based on that information, figure out what do these individuals need to do now with this change that is coming. Don't wait until it happens. Don't wait until it takes effect. Don't wait until these people start seeing the money. You need to start preparing that information now and getting it out to your buyers now. Be the source of information, be the consultant, be the professional, so that you stand out above the rest and so that you can now benefit from that when it starts to hit. Look, you're going to be putting work in ahead of time. I get it. Well, I'm busy already. Look, we're all busy. This is part of your business. Don't look at this as a job. Look at this as your business, like I tell you all the time, and dedicate the time that's needed to it and get better, get this down and start putting the information out. You're going to be putting information out. You're going to be investing time that is not going to pay you back immediately, but it will pay you in the future when these people start getting this money. It will pay you in the future when the mortgage companies start making the adjustments to count this income or use this or make the adjustments in DTIs and things of that nature. You can get ahead of the game, but you've got to dedicate the time. And look, I tell you guys all the time, right? We put in 7 months of work with nothing in return, but it paid off in a huge way for us over the last 12 months. And it's going to be the same thing for you. You're going to get ahead of the game. You can be ahead of the game. You just need to get yourself involved in a way. Be proactive, right? We talked about that a few days ago. Being proactive, and right now is the perfect opportunity. So with all that being said, what's one of the other ways that you can help yourself? This is where you need to really, really dig in. if your company pulls credit, right, when you're with your buyers, you need to master figuring out budgets. You need to be able to get that done. If you have people that came in before that right off the bat, man, this guy makes a ton of money. He had a ton of overtime, he didn't have the money to set aside whatever, he didn't have the money set aside for down payment, or she didn't have the money set aside. But you remember these people that had these careers where they had a whole bunch of overtime, or you had these servers that were just off just by a little bit. You need to reach back out to them, and you need to get them to be proactive. You need to get them to, hey, do me a favor, go online, pull a copy of your credit report, okay, and let's take a look at your debts. Let's figure out what needs to happen in order for you to be able to get this house when this change happens. Start being that person. You will stand out. Not only are you going to earn their business, but they're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their families, they're going to tell the other people that they know that maybe hadn't even thought about getting a manufactured home. They're going to tell them about you and how professional you were, how proactive you were, how you reached out to them to educate them, to get them the information. Too many housing consultants across the country spend their time scrolling, watching things online, doing everything except making phone calls, except marketing. You have the time to do this. I know you do. Take advantage of this and be the leader in the industry that runs with this. Right now is your opportunity. This just happened. So get yourself ahead of the game by taking advantage of this. This is huge, folks, especially for those folks that are not going to be taxed on overtime. This is huge. You'll be able to add easily another 5 to 10 homes per year. Should be more than that, but you can easily add another 5 to 10 homes just with this change, as long as you get ahead of the game. And that's what it's all about. Go out there and educate, be the consultant, and go run with this. Just like Peter Drucker said, we take change, we respond to it, and we take advantage. We exploit it for the opportunity that it is. Here is a huge opportunity. Go run with it right now. All right, guys, listen, we are halfway through the week. I know it's month end. You got a couple days left in the month. I hope it's working out to your advantage. And if it's not, realize this. Here's the beautiful thing about it. It's your fault. But what that means is you have all the control. You can change it. You can make March better. You can make April better. You can make every month of the year moving forward the best that they've ever been, as long as you take advantage of it and you make the changes in you and you go and apply these things and act with urgency and continue to learn and grow and get better. Go out there, do some great things. This Wednesday, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of filming today. We're getting ready for a huge march for ourselves. We'll be in New Mexico all next week. So if you're in Santa Fe, New Mexico, love to hear from you. If you're near in the area, would love to hear from you. Would love to come by and meet you and just meet your team. We want to expand our reach all throughout the country. We're going to be there next week. We're going to also be we'll be in Leesburg, Florida, right near, I believe that's near Orlando, about an hour or so from Orlando. I forget, but we're going to be in Leesburg, Florida towards the end of March. We will be in Indiana the first week in April. Probably be in Vegas sometime in the next couple of weeks. That's what we're hoping for as well, that we're working on a special project there. So we've got a lot of, we're going to be in Biloxi. We're going to be at the Biloxi show. So if you're going to be in Biloxi, let me know, let us know. We're going to have our booth there. We're going to be doing some great things. We're going to have the whole team there, and we're going to really go big. So we're looking forward to meeting all you guys. Okay. Enjoy your Wednesday. Let's get out there. If there's something we can do to help you take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level, reach out to us. Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. That's what we're all about. Go attack today. And as always, my friends, I can't wait to meet you.